We are very honored to have Ed Bigley Jr. here to support us here at the Malibu Country Mart. And without further ado, Mr. Ed Bigley Jr.
Thank you, Julie. I may have given you wrong data there to get the chronology. I did get my first electric car in 1970. And when I say car, I'm being quite grand. We're talking about a golf cart with a windshield wiper and a horn, okay? It was a Taylor Dunn. It actually had a tiller. It was $950. I got it from a guy named Dutch in Reseda who sold electric cars. And what was great about it, I learned right away, it was much cheaper to plug it in the wall and pay that cost than to buy 1970 gasoline. 1970 gasoline was plenty cheap, but 1970 kilowatt hours were cheaper to go 50 miles or any amount of miles, and it's the same today. It's cheaper to plug a car in the wall today than it is, to buy that same amount of gasoline, and it's much, I'll give you three muches, much cheaper to maintain. There's no tune-up or oil change, or fan belt, or radiator flush, or smog check, or valve job. You can save a lot of money. So it's been very good. And all this stuff I did starting in 1970, it's all, I think, been good for the environment, but it's also been good for my pocketbook. And I did in the right order. I bought the cheap and easy things back in 1970. I didn't do solar electric in 1970. I couldn't afford it, but I did cheap and easy stuff. And we all have those choices today. And a lot of the stuff you see here that my hero, Michael Koss, has done. He put in the LED lighting. He has the drought-tolerant plants, energy efficiency. Nowadays, anybody can go to Home Depot and get weather stripping and that kind of things, energy-saving thermostat, LED lighting, and do all that kind of stuff and save money right away. Now, I've had a show for a few years called Living with Ed. Anybody seen that show, Living with Ed? Thank you. For those of you who haven't seen it, my wife and I have a very unusual Hollywood marriage. We have the only Hollywood marriage I know of that has a prenup that involves carbon credits. She's sorry she couldn't be here today. She's a little upset with me. I got a wonderful organic gift for her birthday, and somehow it wasn't good enough. Once again, I'm the bad guy. It was a lovely, lovely, lovely gift, and perhaps a little too organic. I found some old rope in the garage. I made her some hemp underwear, and no, she's a great lady, and she's sorry she couldn't be here today. And also the RAV4 I got in 2002. From 1990 to 2002, I drove these kind of retrofit cars and what have you. I had a GME V1 for a while, from 96 to 2002. I've had a few electric cars, but now we have this wonderful infrastructure, the air environment, these great people. You're going to hear from Paul Glennie in a moment, and you'll hear, as Rod stated, this wonderful technology, this kind of charging that's going to be all over. This is the one kind of stop charging that you have now. There's not going to be, Betamax versus VHS kind of stuff that we had before. We had conductive and inductive. It is one size for everybody, and it's a great way to go. I want to thank a few other people. I got to thank John and Lou, the leaders here in Malibu, for really promoting this kind of sustainability in this wonderful community, and having a charger that's over there still for the old RAV4. I'm charging my electric vehicle over there in Civic Center Drive, thanks to John and Lou and the visionaries that have that charger there for some of the old vehicles, and that's just great. It's wonderful stuff that you're doing, and I got to thank Rod Bergen. He talked about putting in, the charger for the car. What he didn't mention, he put in the solar system too back in 1990. A wonderful system that still works to this day. It's really a great setup, and I bought that thing years ago. Now I can retire, not because I've had such an acting career. I've never been a movie star doing big pictures. I'm kind of a supporting actor, very happy with that. My lot in life, very happy with it. But I can retire now. Why? Not because I have so much money from starring roles in movies. I don't have that, but what I have is better than having a lot of money. What could that possibly be, you ask? I don't need a lot of money. Exactly. I don't need a lot of money because I don't pay for gasoline, but rarely, if I have to drive up to San Francisco, I do it in my wife's Prius. It costs me like 20 bucks to get up to San Francisco. You can't get a Greyhound ticket for that. I regularly come out to Malibu, not just an electric car. I hope people who need to drive get an electric car, but I come here on a wonderful MTA. Take the 534 that stops right over here. How about the MTA? I take the subway around. It's very easy for me because I'm in Studio City. There's a rapid red bus there and what have you. It goes to the subway, and I take all those different things a lot. I ride my bicycle. Any other bike riders here? Fantastic. You'll see a lot of bikes parked around here, and Malibu is a very bike-friendly city. So there's stuff, a lot of people are wondering, hey, I can't afford an electric car now, I'm not sure where I get one and all that, but there's many other things that you can do. The kind of things that Michael Koss has done around here, energy efficiency, planting sustainably around here, California native plants and all that stuff. There's many things that you can do today. If you can't afford an electric car, I don't need one, do some of that other stuff. You will get your money back right away. It'll be good for the environment and good for your pocketbook. Even if you disagree, there's some people that disagree about climate change. Let's not fight about that anymore. Let's do 3 things will do many things to solve 3 problems. If we do all the energy efficiency and the kind of leadership stuff that you're doing in Malibu and Michael Cause is doing here, you're going to do 3 things that there's no dispute about. You clean up the air in our cities, you lessen our dependence on foreign oil, and you put money in your pocket. Anybody want to do those 3 things? Well, let's do that. Thank you so much, Michael Cause, for your leadership. Thank you.